What it do, YouTube? OD back with the rebuilds, and we are rebuilding the South Beach Dade County Miami Heat today. So me personally, I am a Heat fan, and these boys have been trying their hardest to goddamn get to the NBA Finals and win a championship for the last few years, and they have come up so short every single time, bro. And it's so unfortunate, man, because Jimmy's getting older. He's 35 years old, and the window's closing. All right, so a point guard, you know, we got Terry Rozier. They brought in last season after they traded Kyle Lowry in a first-round pick. Jay Rich to back him up, who was plagued with injuries earlier in the season, so they did not have him on the end stretch and in the playoffs. Shooting guard, man, Tyler Hero has been in trade rumors like for the past 4 years, and he just keeps surviving them. KD, Trae Young, Bradley Beal, Duncan Robinson backing him up at shooting guard. They did sign Alec Burks on a 1-year deal in the offseason, and then obviously two-way guys, Josh Christopher, Pelle Larson, their second-round pick. As small forward, obviously Jimmy Butler, you know, he's been carrying this team for a while. He is only 89 overall in 2K this year. Jaime, obviously stud to back him up. At power forward, it's going to be Jovic and Highsmith. They re-signed Highsmith this year. And then obviously at center and their best player, Bam, obviously stud. They drafted Kel Ware in the first round, and then they got Thomas Brown and Kevin Love. Usually in these rebuilds, I simulate the first year to kind of just see how the team does and then move on from there. But since we do have Jimmy Butler and this window is kind of closing, I might want to look to see if to move on from maybe Tyler or something like that. Like if I were to just throw Tyler with a Terry Rozier, we'll just say that, and I throw in a 29 first round pick, like what could I get something really? Wow. I mean, this trade is something. That is something that the Heat did kind of toy with a little bit, but it never really came to fruition. I really think that could be a really solid pickup. Obviously, the Hawks are looking to move into a different direction, and I honestly might start the video trading Tyler and Terry in a first-round pick for Trae Young and Clint Capella. We don't have a lot of time with Jimmy. Trae Young, Clint Capella. I'm accepting this deal before the season starts. I know a lot of Heat fans are going to be happy about this. Let's do that trade right there as we get Trae Young on the team. We're going to have Trae slide to that 1. Another player to just be able to get the ball to Bam. We can move on from Clint Capella for maybe a shooting guard, because that's what we're really going to need right now is what we're lacking. We lost Tyler. Jay Rich is cool being a backup point guard, and we do have so many centers. If I throw in Capella and Thomas Bryant here, I'm looking for like a wing or someone that can play shooting guard. Like a Corey Kispert would be very, very interesting. You are gonna, he is very good in 2K. He's gonna be that shooting guard, and he is gonna start next to Trae Young. It's just defensively, that's really tough, man. I'm gonna bring in Corey Kispert to play shooting guard next to Trae Young. Is it the best move? No, but we're gonna do this. We got make 2 trades off rip. So I mean, now it's Trae Young, Kispert with Jimmy, and then Jovic and Bam. So I mean, not a ton of defense, but off the bench we do have Jaime, Alec Burks, Duncan Robinson, and Kevin Love. So we have 3 wings off the bench. I don't really know if I like that. I might look to move Alec Burks for a backup point guard. I would say if I can get a better backup point guard just for Alec Burks, someone that can play like a Dennis Schroeder on a 1-year deal, this is perfect. So we are going to pick up Dennis Schroeder here, and we're kind of making a few moves. That's 3 trades to start the video, but I think for this Heat team, you kind of got to shake it up. The lineup for year 1, straight up, a few minutes into the video, we already got changes. Trae Young, Corey Kispert, Jimmy Butler, Jovic with Bam, and then off the bench is going to be Jaime, Dennis Schroeder, Duncan Robinson, and Kevin Love, which I think is a very solid bench unit. Just the defense is kind of lacking, and having Trae Young and Corey Kispert in this backcourt is something to monitor, but hopefully Bam and Jimmy can hold it down. Let's check out what we got for system proficiency in this first year. It's going to be 4 stars, pace and space. Is there anything better? Balanced is probably our best bet, but Jovic really doesn't fit that at all. Yeah, we're going to rock with balanced 4 stars. Last thing I do want to check is shot tendency. So Trae's going to be up to a 90. I think Jimmy should definitely be at an 80. Same with Bam. They should be at 80. So Trae, Bam, Jimmy is our top 3 shooting guys. Jaime, again, like 67 for Jaime. Corey can be at about a 67 as well. Duncan should be at a 60. And Jovic should be at about a 65. Our team chemistry is obviously shot, so we're probably going to lose the first few games of the year. But I do like this new look team and kind of see what Trae Young can do with Jimmy and Bam, because we do have a good team surrounding them, I think. So first game of the year is a dub against the Orlando Magic. And Trae Young, if he can do this all season, I feel very confident. Jimmy can do this, right? And then Bam can do his thing defensively. He's getting 4 steals and 1 block. And if Kispert's going to hit 4 threes a game, I can be very happy with that production. So let's keep that up. Hopefully, I do like this team a lot better than the team that we were running out with before. Kind of sim a few games in. And if Trae is doing this, I'm going to be very happy with our chances to make a run this year. If we can't score like 115 to 20 points, like I don't feel confident with our chances at winning a lot of games, because we are just so reliant on our offense. But I mean, so far we're 13 and 10. not really great. We have had a lot of 2-point, 3-point losses right here. Yeah, I mean, we're giving up 130 points to the Magic. Are known for not being able to score the ball. So, I mean, that's really not good. But we do have back-to-back 140-point performances right there. Let's take a look at those. I mean, Bam with a huge game. Jovic with a huge game. Trey had 15 assists. That's what we like to see, him getting the ball to those guys. Yeah, I mean, Trey so far on the year is averaging 23 and 9, so 9 assists per game is really good. Bam's averaging 19 and 11, which is really good. I mean, 4 assists a game for Bam. I mean, all these guys are having really good years. What's Jimmy doing on the year? 22 points per game. He's shooting really well. So our top 3 guys are hooping, man. All right, so we lose three straight games before the deadline, and we're 27 and 22, which puts us at the 5 seed, kind of right behind the Bucks and Boston. So we are kind of right there, but nowhere close to the Knicks, who are the best team in the Eastern Conference. And then OKC and Dallas is just so much better than everybody else. We're kind of a bit a ways away. If we do take a look at stats on this year halfway through, Trey is going to be leading us with Jimmy at 23 points a game each. Bam points are down to 18 and 11, which is good enough for him. We're kind of just extremely inefficient. I mean, our whole bench is very inefficient, which I really do not like to see, especially Kevin Love. Wow, that's really bad. If we can just kind of tune things up on the bench, I feel pretty good about the team. Our offense, we're looking to be the 11th best offense, which isn't the problem, but our defense I feel like might be the problem. We're middle of the pack on defense, so we're not nothing special as a team. I just feel like we should be better, you know, especially with this bench unit. I feel like it's just really solid, but we might have no defense on the bench. They don't even want to play Highsmith. I really do think we need to get better at backup center. So like if I need to find a trade for Love no matter what. So like if that is an Andre Drummond, which I do think is an upgrade, then I will do that. I mean, I feel like we need to get better at backup center. Kevin Love is really struggling, and I think I'm going to be bringing in Andre Drummond here for Kevin Love, which is definitely an upgrade at backup center. Gives us a little bit more size, defense, and rebounding. I'm going to pick up Andre Drummond here. Hopefully that helps a little bit. And 2K wants to start Drummond next to Bam. I really don't know how I feel about that. I guess we're playing Drummond at power forward for the end of the year, and I think that's what we're going to do, is we do win the first game with Drummond at power forward, and he actually plays pretty well and gives us 12 and 7, so maybe that'll take the stress off of Bam a little bit. I mean, rebounding and stuff, we can sim a few games in. You know how 2K likes their big men. Is we win 4 games in a row after trading for Drummond and putting him in the starting lineup, is he's grabbing 14 rebounds a game, and I mean, that's what I really need him to do. And 17 rebounds there, I mean, hey, maybe that was what was going on. We bring in Drummond and we haven't lost yet. Look at Andre Drummond, the savior, man. Who would have thought that Drummond would came in here? Oh, look at Tyler revenge game and Terry. But look, who would have thought Drummond would came in here and be playing really solid ball? And all right, contract extensions is important. I am going to re-sign Corey Kispert. I really do think that's important. So we get him on a 3-year deal. Duncan Robinson, I'm probably not going to re-sign. I'll probably look to move him. So besides that, we're looking good. Jimmy is a free agent at the end of the year, so we do have to worry about that. But I mean, so far after the Andre Drummond trade, we look like the best team in basketball, as we have not lost. There's our first loss. I might have to put Andre Drummond in my thumbnail, because what is going on? To winning 54 games in this first year, Luka does take home your MVP in year 1. Reese Shea is your rookie of the year. With Amen Thompson, 6-man. With Wemby Depoy. Amen Thompson, most improved. Steph Curry, clutch player. Chris Finch and the Minnesota Timberwolves win 64 games. All-NBA first team, usual suspects, as you see here. All-NBA second team, the usual suspects. And All-NBA third team here. So we do not get any All-NBA players. We do get Bam on all defensive first team, which is very nice, as he averaged 19 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, steal and a half, and almost 2 blocks a game. 54 and 28. So the second best team in basketball, only 6 games behind the Knicks. As you see, the West is very stacked. I mean, if we can make it to the conference finals, story of the Heat's life. I don't know if I'd be happy or not. But looking at the rotation, they want to bring back Jovic into the rotation, and I can't do that. I mean, when Drummond was playing so well, why would we change that? Let's take a look at stats before we hop into these playoffs. As Trey jumps up to 25 points per game, leading us, 9 assists, 50-40-90 splits from Trey. That's phenomenal. That's what I needed him to do, and he did it. Jimmy giving us 23, 6 and 6 with a steal and a half a game is very good on solid efficiency. We saw Bam stats. Corey Kispert, wish he shot a little bit better from 3, but I'll take 10 points a game. Jaime, still kind of inefficient from 3, but good enough, as he averaged 10 points there. Drummond comes in, gives us 8 points, 10 rebounds. Dennis Schroeder was there, pretty inefficient, but I mean, 4 assists, 8 points. Jovic, pretty inefficient, 8 points, 5 rebounds. Kind of story of our life, is pretty inefficient. Duncan was good from 3. All right, team stats again. Where did we kind of end up? We ended up at top 8 offense, which is really solid. And then our defense improved by 3 spots, and we had a 5-point differential, which was the 5th best in the league. Okay, in the first round, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are looking to have Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Isaac Okoro, Mobley, Allen. Same team as before. We are better than them though, but who is going to guard Donovan Mitchell? It's probably going to be Jimmy Butler, and I'm going to go over to the Cavs right now and make sure that Jimmy is guarding him, because Trey and Kispert cannot guard him. So Jimmy, you're going to have the assignment to guard. Game 1 against Cleveland is a loss. We lose by 113 to 102. Rough game from Bam, really rough game from everybody. Rough game from Donovan Mitchell, and we still lost. That's really not good. Game 2, can we get a win as we go down 2-0 and we lose by 20? Why do they give us false hope of being the 2 seed if we're going to get dropped by the Cavs in the first round? We go down to 3-0. Wow. Don't get swept, guys. Please don't get swept. And we got swept as a 2 seed in the first round. I love the Heat in simulation. 2K always hates the Heat, and that's just the most disappointing thing that could have happened to this team. As I mean, Bam with a brutal first round. Absolutely brutal first round. Jimmy was solid. Trey was really good. Kispert, I mean, we got decisions to make in the offseason about where this team's going to go, because getting swept in the first round as a 2 seed is unacceptable. All right, we see the Celtics in the NBA Finals, probably going to go play Dallas again. Celtics versus the Cavs. Did anybody have any new players? No. Let's sim this up, and the Dallas Mavericks are going to win in 6 games, and Luka is going to win your Finals MVP in year 1. So year 1 is in the books. I definitely need to make a lot of moves on this team. We'll see what we want to do with Jimmy, see what direction this team's going to go on, but we got to make some major moves if we want a chance to win the NBA Finals, because that's horrible. Okay, LeBron calls it a career with the Lakers. Spo is obviously sticking around as our head coach, which we're going to need him to really lock in. NBA draft time, I do not believe we have a pick, but I'll check. We do not have a first round pick in this draft, but if there is someone I do maybe want to move on draft night, it could be Highsmith. I could move Highsmith on draft night, maybe for a first round pick, 2 first round picks here. Yeah, I do think we need that extra draft capital, so I'm going to be picking up 2 first round picks. Haywood Highsmith, Pele Larson wasn't going to play anyway. Those are 2 huge first round picks that we need from OKC. I'm also going to look to move Shake Milton for a first round pick, as we are going to get one from Detroit in 29. So I'll add some draft capital to this team, which we really did need. The Pistons get Ace Bailey. Cooper Flag goes to the Jazz. Team player options, Jimmy declines his. So what the problem is now is we need to re-sign Jimmy, and if we can't, we lose him for nothing. Positive about that is $52 million comes off the books, but I do think if we re-sign Jimmy, we might look to trade him for a piece that kind of fits Bam and Trey's timeline. We do get Jaquez and Jovic back. So moratorium, the biggest thing right now is to re-sign Jimmy Butler. I'm going to give him all the money he wants. We're going to give him $52 million and a player option, and he is going to accept that deal. 2 years, $109 million. Let's accept him, make sure he signs it, and then we're going to look for trades for Jimmy. I will bring back Dennis Schroeder on a 3-year deal. I think that's pretty solid value for him, and I'm also going to bring back Andre Drummond. So we do get Schroeder and we do get Drummond back, which is very good. I can also bring back Jay Rich as well on a minimum. Okay, so right now, I mean, we do have a pretty deep team. I mean, right now it's going to be Trey, Schroeder, it's going to be Kispert, Duncan, Jimmy, Jaime, Jovic, and then Bam. I mean, it's a good team. Jaime is just ready to take that starting position, so I would like to go and maybe get either a 2 next to Trey or a 4 next to Bam. So if I throw Jimmy just straight up in the trade finder with a first round pick, Lauri Markkanen and a Walker Kessler is very interesting. I could run Lauri at the 4 next to Bam. Julius Randle and OG would be kind of crazy. Julius Randle would be a good fit next to Bam at the 4. I might take this trade because OG can definitely play the 2 and Julius Randle can definitely play the 4. I'm gonna do this trade, man. We're gonna move on from Jimmy Butler. We also do have to ship out Jovic in this deal too. First round pick, and we're getting OG and Julius Randle. I'm doing that deal now, and then what's gonna happen is now it's gonna be Trey, OG, and Kispert now, because Kispert can come off the bench for us. And then Jaime is going to start at the 3, Julius Randle at the 4, and then Bam at the 5. Drummond should still be our backup. I would like to get a backup 4 for Julius Randle, so I think I'm going to look to move on from Duncan Robinson. I do see an Obi Toppin here and an Isaiah Jackson, so that's a very interesting deal, and I'm not going to think twice about this. Bringing in Obi Toppin to play backup 4, also get a young center in Isaiah Jackson. Let's do that deal. That makes us a lot better at power forward. Makes me feel a lot more comfortable bringing in Obi, and Isaiah Jackson is good if Drummond does not pan out. Now we're kind of lacking at backup wing position, and I'm gonna throw them both in the trade finder, Gary Payton and D-Rose, see if I can get a solid small forward to come in and play. And we are looking at a Torian. I'm gonna take Peyton Watson in this first round pick and then move Peyton Watson to backup small forward, kind of just helping out the defense a little bit. So Peyton Watson is gonna come in here, and he is going to play backup small forward. He goes up to a 78 overall, which is solid. This is the team we running with going into year 2. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it so far. Hopefully Randall and OG can really come out and hoop for us big time. Let's go to player progression and hopefully see some green as Trey regresses, OG regresses, but that's because we changed his position, so I'm not tripping. We do get a 3 overall jump from Jaime, which is really, really good. And then besides that, Peyton Watson's up 3. Schroeder's up. Kel Ware's only up to a 74. So we take a look at this rotation. It's going to be Trey Young, OG, Jaime with Julius Randle and Bam with Toppin, Kispert, Drummond, Peyton Watson. Maybe I can bring in Cole Anthony to be backup point guard. I think Cole Anthony could be a pretty solid fit. If I throw them Dennis Schroeder off rip and say, hey, you want Dennis Schroeder? I'll also give you a Dembona. And they agree to that deal. So we pick up Cole Anthony there to come off the bench and play point guard for us, which I think is a really solid pickup as he's going to be our 10th man. So off the bench now, it's going to be Toppin, Kispert, Drummond, Peyton Watson, and Cole Anthony. It's going to be 4 stars balanced as it is right now. Let's see if there's anything any better. Okay, we're going to rock with 4 stars balanced right there. All right, our team chemistry is shot again, so I don't expect us to win these first few games, but we will see as we do win that first game of the year. And Trey's going to need to really step up as that top scorer on this team here. We're going to have a lot of guys in double figures, but Trey should be able to get the ball to all of our guys. And that is a really good start as Trey, Bam, Julius Randle, Jaime. Like everyone should just be able to kind of score right there. Trey with a big game. We'll monitor the Jimmy Butler situation as we do actually lose to the Knicks right there. And Jimmy kind of kills us. Jimmy and Brunson could be a really solid team right there. And, all right, so the trade deadline is here and we're about where we were last year, man. I mean, probably going to be sitting at around the 5 seed. Yeah, I mean, we're just a painfully mid team right now, and it's just unfortunate because I think we have a really good roster. Trey's leading us with 23 game. Bam's down to 14 points per game, bro. That I just need better, bro. I need better than that. Randall's actually not playing bad. Jaime took a jump. He's playing pretty solid. OG is averaging 8 points per game on terrible efficiency. He's getting traded right now. Amen Thompson shows up. I mean, a lot of good players are showing up. A Kawhi Leonard is going to show up at power forward, which would be extremely interesting as he's honestly having a really solid year. And I mean, this rebuild is all over the place right now. I mean, I think we really got to shake up this team, bro. I really do think we got to shake up this team. And I'm just gonna flip these 2 guys over. I mean, I'm trading Julius Randle for DeJounte Murray. I'm trading Julius Randle and I'm bringing back the Trey Young DeJounte backcourt because I think that it can work out in this scenario. And OG's had a really awful year so far, and I'm trading him. Those Knicks guys, it didn't work out like I wanted it to. And I see Kawhi Leonard there, and why not trade for Kawhi Leonard, bro? I'm sorry, why not trade for Kawhi Leonard in a first-round pick? We making 2 drastic changes where we're gonna have Trey Young, DeJounte Murray, Jaime, Kawhi, and Bam. And I'm going to the end of the year with this new and improved team. All right, so the years are wrapping. Luka wins another MVP back-to-back. Cooper Flag takes home your Rookie of the Year. Amen Thompson again dominating the awards. Bones wins Most Improved, and Jalen Brunson. The Mavs won 64 games again. Anything else on All-NBA? Did anything change at all? We do get Trey Young on the Miami Heat on All-NBA 3rd team. Bam on All-Defensive 2nd team. And we finished as the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference after those trades, as we finished with a 47-35 record. But the East is very wide open, as you can see right here, with Boston only being 49-33 at the 1 seed. We can definitely make a run in the playoffs here. All right. The rotation is still going to be pretty locked in here. I am going to make this a 9-man rotation for the playoffs. Let's take a look at stats on the year. So we take a look here, and Trey led us in points with 22, and he averaged 11 assists as well. Kawhi was there with 19 points per game, shooting the ball well. It's kind of just like a all-in type year. DeJounte was really good, 16. Bam only averaging 15. I guess that's fine. Jaime, Corey brings up his percentages a lot, which is good. And then Drummond at top end, Cole Anthony. We had a top 10 offense in the NBA. And it looks like our defense was top 10 as well at number 9. So we really got to make something happen right now in the playoffs. We're going up against Cleveland again in the first round like we did last year. They're not a good team. Like, we are so much better than them, and we really got to lock in now. And game 1 is a victory. We win by 8 points right there. Trey and Bam leading us. I really need DeJounte to lock in on Donovan Mitchell and Garland. We go up 2-0, and it seems like that is the case, as Garland or Mitchell struggles in that game, and Trey has a massive one. We have 4 guys in 20 points. We should go up 3-0 here. We cannot. Can we go up 3-1? We can. Can we win in 5? as we do win in 5. Quick work. And the DeJounte and Trae Young backcourt might be back and better than ever, bro. We're going to play round 2, probably going to be against Boston, and it is against Boston. So this is probably going to be our toughest task of the Eastern Conference right now, as they're still extremely loaded. They brought in Naz Reid off the bench as well. So, I mean, that team is very good. We cannot win game 1. We lose by 8 points right there. We're really going to need to lock in. Can we go up to tie it 1-1 as we do? That is a massive win by 7 right there, as DeJounte Murray absolutely fries in that game, and so does Jaime. If we go up 2-1, that'd be very nice, as we do. We are able to go up 2-1, and we win by 9 points right there. Trae giving us 30 and 12, Bam with 21, and we're kind of just containing Tatum in this powerhouse offense. If we go up 3-1, the series is over, and we do. We go up 3-1 on the Celtics in a huge playoffs from DeJounte so far, and we're going to win in 5? Yes, we are going to win in 5 games. Wow, that's very surprising. DeJounte has been absolutely fantastic in this playoff so far, bro. And wow, what a surprise right now. We have a rematch of the team we traded with earlier this year. Jalen Brunson, DiVincenzo, Jimmy Butler. Besides that, man, I mean, Zeke Naji, they got Mikal Bridges off the bench, but they got Jimmy Butler. So it is the Jimmy Butler revenge series against the Heat in the conference finals. Can we take game 1? We do take game 1 by 20. Jimmy leads them, but it is not enough, as we have a powerhouse team. Game 2, we go up 2-0. Can we go up 3-0? No. Can we go up 3-1? Can we win in 5? Can we win in 6? We win in 6 games right there, man. Trae Young and Kispert leading us in that game right there. Jimmy, I'm sorry. He did all he could in the NBA Finals in year 2. The overpowered Luka, who's averaging a 40-point triple-double. Kawhi, you got to guard Luka. You got one more defensive masterclass series in you, bro. Kawhi's guarding Luka in this series, man. I ain't worried about PJ or Kessler Edwards. You're going to have to go guard their best player. Bam's going to lock in on inside. Game 1 is a victory for Dallas as Luka drops 40 on Kawhi's head. Okay, wow, that's terrible. Okay, game 2. Can we not go down 2-0? Please. We tie it up 1-1. Kyrie and Luka. I mean, they're still getting whatever they want, but I mean, big time game from Trae, Kawhi, and Bam. Kawhi's really stepping up offensively, but I need him to step up defensively. Game 3, can we win as we go up 2-1? Trae Young with 34, and Luka struggles from the field. That is what we like to see. Can we go up 3-1 and end this series? No, it's tied 2-2. We lose by 30. We got a simcast, man. We got a simcast, and we got to hop into it if it's close. Let's simcast this big-time Game 5 matchup. Can we go up 3-2 in this series? We got a nice commanding lead right now, and we're going to be blowing them out in the 4th quarter. And we have a chance to close this series out in 6 games as we drop 140 on them. In a game 5, we drop 140. Luka and Kyrie can do whatever they want, but we got Trae and Kawhi and DeJounte and Bam. Come on, Miami. Beat Dallas in the NBA Finals. It looks like they got off to a hot start, and it might be going 7. 7-point game? 10-point game. All right, we're going to 7 against the Dallas Mavericks. It all comes down to this. Game 7 of the NBA Finals, baby. Let's simcast this right now. Come on. Keep it a close game. Keep it a close. No. Do not get blitzed. Do not get blitzed. Just keep it close, guys. We got blown out. We got blown out in a Game 7. We get blown out in the Game 7. In the second half, we just get absolutely demolished. We did cut it to a 4-point game, but Luka wins Finals MVP, and we fall short as the Dallas Mavericks have won back-to-back, and Luka in a closeout Game 7 drops 50-point triple-double. And DeJounte in his biggest moment crumbles, 3 for 12. 2 years in a row, we cannot get it done. We lose in 7. We got 1 more year left to get a championship, so we got to lock in. Dallas is just overpowered, I guess. Okay, so, like, I think this team is good enough to run it back. I am just kind of concerned about Kawhi, regression, and how do we have the we have the 2nd pick in the NBA draft via the Clippers. Okay, we're doing something with this right now. I'm sorry. We got to do something with this right now. It's time to make a move. Right now, with the 2nd pick in the draft, it's time to make a move. Yeah, I think I'm going to settle for Big Z because I do think I can get this done. Like Kawhi, I might even be able to do it without the 2nd pick. Okay, never mind. They're not going for that shit. Wow. They're actually... Okay, they do that deal. We had to just give up so many shit. But I do get Big Z on a team for Kawhi and a bunch of picks. He is going to be our best player, so now we got Big Z on a team. I mean, I think that was worth it. I wasn't going to use my 2nd overall draft pick for anything, so we do get Big Z. Trade declines his player option, bro. You need to sign right now. Peyton Watson, we are going to bring back moratorium, so yeah. It's going to be essentially just bring back Trae Young and give him all the money in the world, 48 million. I'm even going to give him a no trade clause just so I ensure he comes back. So I get Trae Young back on the team, and then I also do need to bring back Peyton Watson, who I will sign right here. Hopefully some green. Okay, Big Z's up to a 94. When did we get Jamal Shed? I don't know. I mean, Isaiah Jackson is good enough to be our backup center, so, you know, I'm not even tripping about that. We have a top 4. We have a good bench. This should be the year to win a championship. We have no other choice but to win a championship this year. It's our 3rd year. All right, so the rotation is going to be looking like Trae Young, DeJounte, Jaime, Big Z, and Bam. Low-key, if I throw Cole Anthony Sheed and him in a trade, this would allow me to bring in a Jaden McDaniels. And then from Jaden McDaniels, I can trade Jaden McDaniels. I can trade him for Walker Kessler. Okay, well, it looks like Walker Kessler is going to be our backup 5 now. So Isaiah Jackson, Khalil Ware. Let's go get a backup 1 to round this team out, and we can get into simming. And it looks like we can't get a point guard. Jalen Hood is here. I'm going to just take Jalen Hood because why not? Get a backup point guard of the team. So now we got off the bench going to be Jalen Hood, Walker Kessler, Aaron Wiggins, Obi Toppin, and Corey Kispert to round out the bench. This team is very good. Let's start simming. System proficiency is going to be 4.5 stars balanced. Let's start simming, man. I'll see you at the end of the year. All right, year 3 is a wrap, and finally some of those besides Luka won MVP is goddamn Wemby. Look at his little smirk on his face. Why he looking at me like that? All right, AJ DeBance, you know what I mean, winning rookie of the year. Trey Johnson, 6 man. We got Wemby winning DPOY, and we got Devin Carter winning most improved player. Kay Cunningham, clutch player, and Jason Kidd and the Mavs are still elite. All NBA first team, all NBA second team, all NBA third team. We got Trae Young again. Yes, sir. This Heat team in the last year of this rebuild was the 2 seed, 55-27 record behind the 61 win Toronto Raptors. How is this team a 61 win team? I have no idea. Maybe it's because they have Andre Drummond. But if we do take a look at stats on this final year of this Heat rebuild, Trae Young leads us with 23. Big Z comes in and averages 21 points per game. DeJounte, Bam, Jaime, Jalen Hood, who's actually good. That's surprising. Let's take a look at team stats on a year, man, because we got to win a championship this year, and there's no question about it. We had the 2nd best offense in the league, top 3 defense in the league, best point differential in the league, and I'm ready to get rocking. Zion's a 96 overall, man. Yes, sir. I'm ready to get a championship in this year. In the first round, we're going up against Cleveland again. Will they be able to beat us? They did bring in Herb Jones and Tari Eason. The team is better. Game 1, I take. Come on, don't lose to the 7 seed Cavs again. I'll end the video right now if we lose. I'm not stopping it. Okay, thank you. We win in 6 games right there. Trae with 22 assists. That's really nice to see right there. Okay, let's rebuild the rotations. You know, everything's going good. In the second round, we're going up against this 3 seed Pacers team, who is very good on paper. They have a very solid team, but I think we're better. In game 1, we win. Game 2, we win. Game 3, we win, and we're gonna sweep them boys in 4 games. Conference finals against the 6-seeded Toronto Raptors. Revenge series, Andre Drummond. If we lose this, I swear to God, I'm gonna lose it. Game 1, we do take. Game 2, we do take. Game 3. Oh, come on, man. This team is ass, bro. We're back in the conference finals, back in the NBA finals, baby. Now, I did build a God squad to get here, but that's besides the point. We do have to play the Oklahoma City Thunder, who I am a little bit scared of. They do have Shea, and they do have RJ Barrett, and Chet's a 95, and team's a little spooky, but hey, look at our team. This shit is stacked. Game 1, we take. Game 2, we take. Game 3, we take. And in a game 4, we are gonna sweep the Oklahoma City Thunder, and in year 3, we're gonna get our championship done, as we do see Trae Young getting finals MVP. Shout out Trae Young, man. You see Pat Riley in the Heat organization, you gotta trade for Trae Young if you want a championship. I don't know why we're not trading for him. He's right there. We could trade a bag of pennies and a bag of saltine crackers and maybe some Ritz and a little bit of expired milk on the side, and we get Trae Young on a team, man. So we do get that done, and we do complete the Heat rebuild in year 3. It did take us to year 3, but we did get it done. Let me know in the comments down below what teams y'all want me to rebuild next, or what videos y'all want me to do next. Check out my other channel in the description if y'all watch Madden videos, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace out.